Hi everyone, I hope your week has treated you well. If you've come to this video today, you're looking to extend your tax return. Today I'm going to show you all 3 ways of how you can do that as cheaply and as quickly as possible. The information I'm about to share with you is going to save you time and confusion when you actually go to extend your return. So make sure you watch this video from start to finish so you don't miss any of the important details. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get this started right now. If you are new to this channel, welcome! I am MK the CPA, and along with my sidekick Chipper, we teach people about all areas of personal finances, including things like taxes, which is what this video is about. We focus on teaching people important subjects you probably never learned about in school. So if you're new to this channel and have not already subscribed, please do so because I make new educational videos every single week. Alright guys, we're going to go ahead and get started. But just a reminder, this video is about extending your personal federal income tax return. Many of you might live in a state that requires an income tax return filing. Make sure you go to your state's tax authority website to check those filing requirements. Now often, when you file a federal extension, you will also get a state tax return extension automatically as well, but just verify for yourself in the state where you live that that is the case. Now in this video, like I said, I'm going to show you 3 different ways to file an extension for your federal income tax return. The way I would like you to extend your tax return is the way that you are most comfortable with. There's more than one way to do it, but do the way that you understand the best and the way that makes you feel most comfortable. That's what I would recommend. Now, if you're unsure of what extensions are all about, or unsure of how they work, I made a video on that, so make sure you go check out that video. I'm going to include a link to that video down below before you file your extension because I want to make sure you understand what you're doing before you do it. That's just good practice. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into the first method of how we extend your tax return. Okay guys, what we're looking at is the 4868, which is the actual form you would use to file the extension for your personal income tax return. Now I'm looking at a small piece of the instructions. Everything I'm going to be showing you today is going to be either on the IRS website or it's going to be coming from the instructions themselves because we're getting this information straight from the horse's mouth. The first method you can extend with is this first one it talks about here. It's probably the cheapest and the fastest way, in my opinion, to file your extension. And what it says is you can pay all or part of your estimated income tax due and indicate that the payment is for an extension using direct pay, the electronic federal tax payment system, or using a credit card or debit card. So let's go ahead and go over to the IRS website and see what they're talking about. Okay, so we are now on the IRS website, and I'm going to show you where you would go. So if you're on the IRS website, you're going to go to Payments, and then see where it says IRS Direct Pay. That is a method which you'll put in your banking information, and the money will come directly out of your account, and it will be completely free. This other method you can do an extension payment by is pay by credit card, but there is a small fee if you go about this way, so just keep that in mind. Now every website I'm going to show you today, or where I'm at, I'm going to be putting links in the description down below so you can go there yourself directly from the description section of this YouTube video. So let's go ahead and go to Direct Pay. Now I'm not going to walk through every single step because it would be boring, it would take too long, but you will come to the Direct Pay and you're going to do Make a Payment. This is assuming you have not made an extension payment already. And once you click that button, it's going to take you to this screen. It's the first step out of 5 on Direct Pay. Reason for payment. This part's very important, so make sure you select extension. That is key. And you'll notice it says apply payment to 4868, which is the extension form in regards to these different tax filing forms, which is what you want. Also, notice, make sure the tax period is for the year that you're filing. In this case, we're doing 2016. In this example, but this part is super important, so make sure you have your tax year correct. And then you click continue. And then from here, you just go through the rest of the steps. You're going to enter the other information it asks for: your name, your social security number, date of birth, etc., etc. And at the end of this, you'll be asked to enter your bank information, and you can pay, and it's completely free to pay this way. And this is the first way to file an extension. Now let's hop over to show you real quick what that credit card screen looks like if you want to pay by debit or credit card. All right, now we're going to jump back into this screen to show you where you can pay by credit or debit card. I'm going to go ahead and click here. And notice this is another way to pay. And there's all these different portals you can click from or go into to go in and pay your extension, or to make your extension payment, or to pay taxes due. Notice there are fees associated if you want to do a debit or credit card. I'm just going to jump in here real quick to pay us at at.of. Let's jump in there. Then it's going to take you to this screen, and you can go to any one of these guys. It doesn't really matter. It's just whatever is most comfortable for you. Then you're going to click under personal taxes. You're going to click make a personal payment. And then over here, it's kind of hidden, but click other tax types. And this is where you'll see where it says pay your form 4868 automatic extension of time to file for tax year 2016. This is where you would make that extension payment. Then you would click continue and go through the steps from there. And that's how you would pay by debit or credit card. Remember, the main difference between the paying by debit or credit card is that there's a small fee associated with it, but the process is going to be very, very similar to direct pay. And that's how you do that. Now let's move on to method number 2. Okay, moving on to method number 2. You can file Form 4868 electronically by accessing IRS e-file using your home computer, or by using a tax professional who uses e-file. So anybody who works at a CPA firm or is an enrolled agent can also do this for you. Let's go take a look at what they're talking about if you want to do it yourself. Okay, we're back on the IRS website. So where you're going to go is you're going to go to filing. Down here, see where it says free file. Go ahead and click that. And then once you're on this screen, you're going to notice that there's free file software if you're under a certain income limitation, but it is free to file an extension for anyone regardless of your income. So over here it says e-file your extension. You can go here. And then from here, it talks about what free file is and who can do it. And then you can use any one of these tax software packages that are provided for you for free. Some of them do have some charges, if you file your full return, but the extension itself is free. And if you read this, you'll see what I'm talking about. Anybody can file a free extension. So then what you're going to do is you're going to come and click on any one of these. I don't have a recommended one because I've never used these software products, to be honest with you, but let's go to TaxSlayer, for example. And then I've clicked on some of these other links, and every one of them are similar. But you'll come here, you're gonna, like, this is taxslayer.com, you're gonna click in here and do file for free. It's gonna want you to sign in and create a setup. But once you're in there, you can go and file your extension electronically, completely free. I know it's a little bit of legwork, but the third way I'm about to tell you about might be an even easier option, even though it's doing it by paper. So let's go ahead and look at option number 3. Okay, let's look at option number 3. You can file a paper form 4868 and enclose payment of your estimate of tax due. Let's do this the old-fashioned way, ladies and gentlemen. It's pretty darn easy. Let me show you right now. Okay, so I got the form 4868 from the IRS website, and the form and the instructions are all in the same package. It's only 3 or 4 pages long, which makes it nice. So let's scroll down here. The only thing you actually need to fill out, and this has great information. Everything you need to know about extensions is in these instructions. So I've highlighted some stuff, but ignore it for the time being. So this is the part you're actually going to be filling out right here. This is the part you're going to fill out and mail in a check if you think you're going to owe money, or if you think you need to pay some money in. Now let me flip over to an example I've already done so you can see what it looks like. Okay guys, this is a sample of one. I've obviously put Chipper's information here, and you're going to be putting your own name right here, your address, the city where you live, the state where you live, the zip code, and your social security number goes down here. If you're married, make sure you put your spouse's number here, especially if you typically file a joint return. Over here in part 2 of the little form, it's a little trickier, but just do your best job estimating your total tax liability of what you think it's going to be. And you can even look at a prior year return to get a better idea of what that number is. But in this example, in this very simple example, I've put $20,000, and we're saying that Chipper paid in for 2016. He had total withholdings on his paycheck or W-2 of $19,000. So 20,000 minus 19 would leave Chipper in this example owing $1,000 on line 6. And then on line 7, Chipper since he thinks he's gonna owe, he's gonna mail in $1,000 check or payment along with this voucher. Then if you were out of the country, make sure you look at box number 8 and 9. Make sure to see if these apply to you. Otherwise, you can ignore them. Now, let me go over to show you how you make a payment with a check, because there's a couple pieces of information you actually need to know before you send in this voucher with your check. Let's talk about this up here. When you make out your check or money order payable, make it sure it's payable to the United States Treasury. Do not send cash. Write your social security number, daytime phone number, and your 2016 form 4868 on your check or money order. That's how they will know what it's for. And also, don't staple or attach your payment to form 4868. And it says, note, if you e-file form 4868 and mail a check or money order to the IRS payment, use a completed paper form 4868 as a voucher. Please note with your payment that your extension request was originally filed electronically. So if you've already filed an electronic extension but you want to make a payment, just make a note for them so they understand that. And if you're so filthy rich that you have $100 million...
Okay then. We hold the world ransom for $100 billion.
Which just makes me laugh that this is even on here. The IRS has a funny sense of humor, but they do not want you to send a check for over $100 million. Oh my gosh, if you have that problem, let me be your friend. I would love to take some of that cash. Show me the money! Alright guys, and last but not least, this is where you're going to mail in your extension voucher and your extension payment when you're filing your extension. Notice it's based on the state you live. Look it up. Look what state you live in right here. And the address is here, so you can pause the video and figure out where you need to mail in your check. So mail in your extension payment voucher, your extension form, and just look to see where it goes. And I would send it via certified mail, and then you'll be good to go. That's what I would recommend. Okay guys, that is all the information I have for you today. If you found this video helpful, it would mean a lot to me if you hit that like button down below. And if you have questions about anything we discussed today, don't be afraid to leave a comment in the comment section down below, because you'll find that I do respond and I will answer your question to the best of my ability. Guys, the educational videos I make on this channel are really there to help you and to make your adult life a little easier and a little less complicated and save you time from the things you learn by watching these videos. So if you've not already subscribed, please make sure to do so you do not miss any of our future videos or channel updates. Thank you. Alright guys, thank you so much for your love and support. I really do appreciate it. And take this information and go live your life uncaged. And also, you can hit the subscribe button over here and click these thumbnails to check out some of my other tax videos. And with that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I will see you all next Sunday. Bye everybody.